The morning had started like any other: coffee, a quick glance at emails, and a plan to tackle the day. I never expected that by noon, my life would be pulled into the most humiliating courtroom drama of my life. I was at my office when the firm's receptionist told me a man in a sharp suit was waiting. "He says he's here on official business," she said. When I walked in, I saw him, my wife's lawyer, briefcase in hand, his expression carefully neutral. "Mr. Daniels," he said, "I'm here to serve you the case files for the divorce proceedings. Your wife insists you receive them personally." I took the folder from him, my hand steady even though my stomach twisted. It was thick, heavy with accusations, legal jargon, and the kind of language designed to make me look like the villain. She had spent months preparing this case, hiring expensive lawyers, gathering evidence to make me seem negligent, uncaring, even abusive in some small way. I smiled politely. "Thank you," I said, closing the folder. But I didn't read it. Not yet. Instead, I excused myself and went to the break room, where I pulled a second envelope from my briefcase. Inside were copies of every transaction, email, and recording proving the lies she and her legal team were building their case around. It had taken months to compile, my own careful preparation, gathering proof that contradicted everything she claimed. By 3 o'clock, the courthouse was buzzing. Anna's lawyer arrived first, smug, confident. She glanced at me as I walked in, her eyes cold but uncertain, the look of someone used to winning. I handed the envelope to the bailiff and said, "This is for the judge." Then I took my seat, calm, collected, as if I hadn't spent sleepless nights worrying about this moment. The hearing began. Anna's lawyer presented her case first, dramatic, polished, every word rehearsed to perfection. He painted me as inattentive, distant, even manipulative, citing alleged texts, supposed negligence, and worst of all, claiming I was unfit to have any say in the division of property. My stomach tightened, but I didn't respond yet. I knew the truth would speak louder than any argument. When it was my turn, I stood and handed the envelope to the judge. "Your Honor," I said, my voice steady, "before we proceed further, I believe this information will clarify the situation." The judge opened it and began flipping through the pages. Emails showing her duplicity. Records of her financial manipulations. Proof that she had been hiding assets and misrepresenting facts in every statement. The room went silent. Even Anna's lawyer's confident smirk faltered. I didn't need to say another word. The evidence did it all. The judge looked up, surprised, and asked her lawyer if he wanted to respond. He faltered, stammered, and realized that he had nothing, because the facts were undeniable. Anna looked at me then, her face pale, the same confidence that had carried her through months of planning gone. For a moment, I felt a twinge of sadness, not for her, but for the wasted years, the betrayal, and the trust that had been broken. But the rest of me felt relief, satisfaction, and the quiet vindication that comes when the truth finally prevails. By the end of the session, the judge ruled decisively. All of her claims were dismissed. Not only that, but her lawyer was warned for presenting misleading information. Anna's face crumpled in disbelief as she realized the power of the envelope I had handed over, a single gesture that dismantled her entire case. I packed my things, stood, and walked past her without a word. She didn't call out, didn't try to stop me. The sound of my footsteps echoed in the hallway, each one lighter than the last. Outside the courthouse, I inhaled deeply. Freedom, justice, and the restoration of my dignity all mingled in that cold December air. Later, I met with my lawyer privately. "You handled it perfectly," he said. "She never expected you to be prepared. That envelope, that was all it took." I nodded. "Sometimes," I said, "winning isn't about yelling the loudest. It's about being ready when the truth needs to be shown." That night, I sat at my kitchen table, drinking a cup of coffee, thinking about the twists life throws at you. Betrayal hurts, humiliation stings, but patience, preparation, and calm resolve can turn even the darkest moments into triumph. I didn't feel triumphant in the way some might expect. No gloating, no vengeance. I felt clear, at peace, and ready to move forward. Anna would have to rebuild her life on her own now, just as I would rebuild mine. And for the first time in years, I could finally imagine a future without the weight of lies, manipulation, or fear of her next move. Justice had been served, quietly, decisively, and completely. Sometimes, the smallest gesture, a single envelope, a calm hand, a quiet mind, can change everything. And in that moment, I realized I had won far more than a court case. I had won back myself.